think we're live. Slightly delayed because OBS had an update. Whenever I start OBS and it says there's an update, you want to install it, I always say yes, because it's very quick. And I don't have to restart the system or anything, so I just had to sit and have that installed for a second and then... Haven't played guitar a lot this week, so feels good to play. Who do we got? We got Michael, Alex, Retro Puffer, Jimmy P, Strat CPO, Trolls, Fretless Ed, Pasquale, got Matt, Super Lead, Michael, Mike, Matt, Eric, Ian, one of these days it's going to be YouTube requires a restart to update. We're going to see. So far they haven't required an update to do a full restart, which is a pain in the ass on this machine. What's up, Ian, Jay, Jake, Tim? I think Speaker can't make it. I think he's got a concert he said he was going to. So it's just us. Are those chili peppers? Sure. Is that what, it's a Rorschach test. Is that what you need it to be? According to Kramer, they're headstock inlays. They're little mini headstocks. Some say they look like claws. Does sound good though, huh? So how was your week? It was pretty busy here. Exactly, they're like baby carrots, sure. It was also kind of warm and muggy this whole week, and it's sort of still, I mean, it's cooler, but it still hit almost 80 today. It's muggier. Still 2 points in like the low 60s. But I think it all comes crashing down this week. They're saying by like Wednesday, fall's going to show up, like really show up. We haven't, in my area, I don't think we hit our equinox until tomorrow. Today, I think our days are still 3 minutes longer than our nights. And then tomorrow they're just about even. And the next day, the night is definitely longer than the day. But, it depends on how far, you are away from the equator. Hey, what's up, Nelson? You're in the I See the Claws group, sure. It's a bit of a test. They say they're headstocks. That's their story, and they're sticking to it. Some hot, muggy days and cooler days felt like Scotland. Yeah, we had. See, they were cooler, but we didn't really lose the moisture. I mean, a little bit. That rainy day, though, man, that was like summertime moisture. That was dew points in the 70s. I think most Scotsmen would be like, what? No. It's pretty moist. Well, the headstock shape was supposed to be roughly this. All right. Striped ebony, they don't call it that, but, it's not completely, perfectly black either. They just say ebony. These 80s guitar are lame. You're lame, bro. How dare you? What's up, Tony? Yeah, you're in opposite land down there. You're heading into spring. About a guitar up to $1,000 someplace, a lot of 70s, 80s rock. Van Halen. Charvels are good. Kramers are pretty good. EVH, those are all under $1,000. It's whether you want to deal with a with a locking trem. It can be a pain in the ass. Not everyone wants to deal with the hassle of it. Once you get them in going, they're fine, but it is a bit of a learning curve. Hardtail is the simplest. Regular trem is somewhere in between that and a Floyd Rose. But a Floyd Rose, especially a floating one, you've got to, you got to set it up, and you can't just go switching out strings. I think I'll try these strings, and all of a sudden you find it's like not working for you. So, but Charvel, EVH, Kramer, Epiphone. Who else is under $1,000? I'd say Fender, but Fender's going to be mostly single coil. If you're doing 70s and 80s, you're going to want a humbucker in that thing. You know, so if you are going to get a Fender, I'd get one with a humbucker in it. You know, I think having a humbucker in the bridge, you know, if you want to do the rock stuff, is sort of a bare minimum. And then you can do 2 single coils, or you can do another humbucker and coil cutting, whatever you want to do. But if you want to do rock, you kind of do need a humbucker in the bridge. Saber-toothed cat's teeth. See? You're the marketing genius they needed. Killer SM-1 just got one of those flip-flop blue deluxe. Oh, yeah? Have you got it yet? Has it shown up yet? Or is it just on pre-order? Those look good, especially that the flip-flop one, which is, I think, kind of based on the Pacer Deluxe. It's a good-looking guitar. I looked at it a couple weeks ago online. Simple lines, weaving. You know, this guitar is a lot of things, but, you know, lame isn't one of them. Come on, how dare you? I did see those new Line 6 power cabs. Yeah, you know, I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, I know they had no tweeter, which seems to defy. Is it an extended range speaker? Maybe that's what they're going for. But yeah, it's heading that way. Like, you know, sort of like a powered, sort of like PA style output and modeling, because it's consistent. Thought they were chili pepper, right? Endless. You know what? You still can, dude. Why not? Someone needs to buck the system. SHS. You know what, dude? I'll bet if you go to enough NAMM shows, that will show up. Some maniac somewhere will do that. Because, you know, there's a lot of ideas out there. And not all of them are winners. But people will try it. They're like, how about this? Yeah, ESP and Ibanez, they're both good brands. You could get a really good guitar in either one of those brands under $1,000. The ESP would be LTD, of course, but you know what I'm saying. You know what else? Another brand that sort of impressed me this year is the Music Man, the Sterling stuff. That stuff's always pretty good. And the PRS SE, but the PRS SE stuff is some of the stuff I was playing. I think it's over $1,000. You know, it's getting up there. Wasn't that a Wayne Kramer guitar? SHS? I don't know. I wouldn't doubt it, right? Somebody, right? If you can think it, somebody's done it. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. True words were never. I mean, seriously. gonna go here. Yeah, and then the single here. I saw that PRS SE 20% off right now. I got an email on that, yeah. They're having a sale. Although I think Trolls is right. PRS kind of always has this kind of a sale running. It's kind of like, you know, with THU. It's like you shouldn't really pay full price. You should just wait because you know the sale's going to show up at some point. That 20% off is pretty common for PRS, without a doubt. And it's good coffee. Although what we will have to see, because either they're changing vendors or something's happened with Costco and coffee. I feel like, I hope they're not exiting the coffee market, because they're pretty good value compared to Starbucks. Might get might get stuck having to pay more. Really? It was an American flag Strat? Okay, with SHS. Wow. Dare to dream, bro. Have I tried brass roller saddles? I don't know. I don't know. I've tried, you know, I've got brass bridges on some guitars. I don't know about brass roller saddles. I don't think so. In fact, the guitars I can think of that had friggin' roller saddles, I think they were nylon. You know the ones I'm talking about? It almost looks like a screw thread. I'm pretty sure that's it. Closest I got. And I'm not even sure they rolled. Though I think I had some rollers on one guitar. I'm trying to remember the guitar that had the rollers. I want to say some of the headless ones had roller saddles. Right? Like, well, I guess Harley Benton, Donner, you know, like that. Maybe Eart or Eart. Oh, I'm sure you've seen the picture of there's someone that has like all the, is it like 8 single coils? It's like they just stuff like a ridiculous amount of single coils across the front of it. It's got some stupidly overly complex switching system. Again, just because you can. I should work for Sweetwater and become a spokesman. Hear that, Sweetwater? Call me. No job is too big. No fee is too big. Just ordered a giant can of Costco coffee. Really? Yeah, you know, they do make full range speakers that are kind of oddly capable of creating a pretty, you know, and not sounding shrill. I think that's the worry about the tweeter, is that it almost gets a little too bright. coffee price. Well, we were paying $12.99, and then it went to like $17.99. We were like, wow, that's a big jump. Then it went to $19.99. Now it's at $19.99, but they're ripping through those pallets, and it doesn't look like they've been replenishing them. Normally, they're all stacked up there. It feels like they're whittling through their stock. I'm like, maybe there's just a little, supply chain issue, and they'll get more in. And I'm well worried about nothing, but Costco does switch stuff up pretty regularly. Don't fall in love with any product at Costco, because it's here today, gone later today. Which THU cabs roll off clean and then volume now cranked to heavy? I'm going through the Brit 87 right now. I think that's it's really the model. It's really the profile. This is that, I think it chop tones. I think it's a CHP. That's pretty. I think it's more the amp than the cab. And that's the Brit 87. That's the chop tones. I think the reason why I like THU is because it's so responsive, but I think a lot of them are pretty responsive now. They sort of got over their heavily compressed, not all amp models, but a lot of them are not nearly as heavily compressed as they used to be. Favorite docking tune? Oh, I don't know. Probably Tooth and Nail. Right? Real fast. Straight through the heart, Tooth and Nail. That's a good one. It's certainly the first one that comes to mind. Oh, really? I'll have to look for that. If they put a little star near the price, it means the last time they'll have it. Oh, God. I'm going to be looking. They call that the Death Star. I just coined that. Copyright, trademark. These Death Stars. Why, God? Why? Dream Warriors, yeah. Sharp 5? Right? Yeah. Exactly. That's just math. Exactly. Hashtag Death Stars. Now I'm going to have to look for these Death Stars and get the bad news early. See, ignorance was bliss. I was just walking around, toy, 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 toy. I love this, and it will be here forever. I should start a coffee channel and get some sponsors. Yeah, I probably could. Don't think I haven't thought about that for synths. So you know what? A lot of these synth channels, they don't have a ton of subscribers. I could probably get free synths without a ton of subscribers. But, you know, who's got the time? It's hard enough running one channel, let alone two. Is Trader Joe's worse than Costco for discontinuing stuff? I don't know. Trader Joe's is, I'm certain, more expensive than Costco, though. Costco, you know, for certain things, they're so freaking competitive on price. Oh yeah, the Mr. Scary, that's an instrumental, right? What was their big hit? Alone Again? They had a couple, right? That made it onto the MTV. Coffee of the week. There you go. Good work. Let's go. Costco prices ending at 9700. Or clearance or manager specials. Okay. Where 49, 69, or 79 indicates a manufacturer sale. Jesus, there's a whole goddamn code. Quite a system they got going there. I've seen the Brown Sound Collection videos. It looks interesting. I don't have Tonex, but I think it sounds good. I don't have Tonex as a product, though. They're both doing the Trader Joe's and Walmart. Both had Italian pasta recalled. Yeah. Same source. Yeah. Look, it might have a little listeria. Okay, calm down. It's just a little. You're fine. Look, there might be some fiberglass fibers in there. You'll be fine. Into the Fire. Yeah, that was a real big one too, right? Into the Fire. Yeah, that was a real big, yeah. And Just Got Lucky. Yeah, In My Dreams, because In My Dreams might have been really big just because it had the tie-in. Was In My Dream, that had the tie-in with the movie, right? With the Freddy movie? No? Or was it just Dream Warriors? Oh, Unchain the Night. There you go. Yeah. Unchain the Night. I remember that one. Into the Fire, sure. I don't really remember Burning Like a Flame. That's not... I think In My Dreams, Dream Warriors, you know, Unchain the Night, though, yeah. Tooth and Nail. God, I love that one. Yeah, Dream Warriors was the movie. The other one was pretty much independent. Yeah. Oh yeah, Breaking the Chain. I totally remember that one too. Yeah, Breaking the Chain. Yes. Yeah, Breaking the Chain. Absolutely. Yeah, I think I've seen Kayla Kent videos. She shows up in the feed, sure. Burning Like a Flame was filmed in Boston. Oh, interesting. But a lot of stuff's filmed in Boston. I think they have a very generous tax credit. That's why so much was filmed in Toronto for so many years. What tax credits? Oh, right, an intro to Paris. That's the, is that like a little instrumental introduction? The Hunter sounds familiar, though. I can't really remember. And it's not, those bolts sound familiar. Without a doubt. Hey, what's up, Blackjack Guitar? That is muy delicioso. See, watching all those years of Dora with my kids paid off. Might have missed it early, John Sykes. John Sykes died, I think, a while ago. Yeah, without warning, the intro to Tooth and Nail. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Lynch has been doing a lot lately. Speaker and I saw Lynch in 2012, I thought. So, quite a while ago. At, I don't even think they do, I don't even think they do shows there anymore. Showcase Live. Unless someone bought it and restored live shows, but I don't know what's going on with that place. But Showcase Live at Patriot Place, they were trying to be a concert venue, and it never really quite. I mean, they were booking a lot of acts, but apparently it wasn't making the money they had hoped it would make. But we saw George Lynch there with Lynch Mob in I want to say 2012. I could do 2-sip coffee reviews. 2 sips, 1 sip, bro. 1 sip. The bottom line is I like coffee-flavored coffee, so I don't really like the, like the hazelnut or the, vanilla or any of that stuff. And I don't like weak coffee. I am way, way more into the dark roast, French roast, Italian roast, real dark roasts. What's up, Sofo? You saw Kotz in there in 2012 at Patriot Place at that, Showcase Live? It was part of Showcase Theaters. So there's this big Showcase Theater, which is still going, and then Showcase Live, which you go see live acts. I think the live has been turned into a juice bar or some shit. We have a... Yeah, it's Henri. I don't remember the band Bang. I'm trying to remember. I don't think so. It's rainy in Arizona. We were rainy here the other day. We finally got some. We've been in a bit of a drought. We're like 6 inches below normal, which is, the lawns are pretty much browning up. But we got over an inch the other day. We were lucky. We got a good chunk of rain. We need it. A couple of years ago, we couldn't get rid of the rain. It rained like every week, like nonstop. We were like 6 inches above normal. So it's all over the place. What's up, Johnny? Yeah, Patriot Place, yeah. Italian roasts are good. French roast, Italian roast, all the dark roasts. You know? I don't do the espressos, but my wife has an espresso maker. She'll make those. Especially if we're running low on coffee. She was like, I'll leave you the coffee. I'm just going to make myself a little espresso. I know, nice go rain. No, we really do need it. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I'm literally hoping for rain. Not a ton of it, but a nice, steady, long-term rain. Wouldn't hurt to rain for like 2 days straight. Just slow drizzle. Slow, steady drizzle for a couple of days wouldn't kill us. You know? Northern Illinois in the drought big time. Yeah, we're pretty bad. We were getting pretty bad. It was getting to the point where, you know, if we were going to have a real chunk of dry air and heavy winds, would be on like a bit of a fire alert. It's like, really? And then we're really, now we're on fire alerts. And was it last year or the year before that? We had fires going. My wife and I were coming back. I said, that's a giant fire. She's like, no. I said, I'm telling you right now. And we drove through it. She goes, oh my God. I go, that's a forest fire. That's too much smoke. No building can put off that kind of smoke. You know, that's a forest fire if I ever saw one. And it was. We drove through it and we were like, whoa. I'm telling you. Yeah, good soaking rain. Wouldn't kill us. Wouldn't kill us to have a good soaking rain for at least a day or two. Starbucks News, they're closing down 150 locations. Yeah, they were naming a bunch, and the ones that are going around here aren't really full-blown locations. They're more like pop-up locations that are what they call grab and go. So there's no place to sit, and I think they realized that those stores aren't as profitable because people don't sit there and buy additional coffees and food. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so they really are trying to move more towards having the seating area. And if the place doesn't have the seating area, they're more likely to get closed down. Or if you're just completely underperforming. Oh, really? On Prince Edward's Island? Real bad drought, yeah. Yeah, so what's kind of weird is that we had some areas over the summer. We had some rain come in, but it kind of died out on the way here. So if you go like southwest of us, down in like central Connecticut and into parts of like maybe a little bit of northwest Rhode Island, and then down into like Connecticut, they're actually not nearly in the drought that we are, because they had a couple of shots of rain, but as it came through, it kind of died. So when it never got to us. And it's literally that friggin' local. Up in like Maine, though, it's worse than we are here in Massachusetts, from what I can see. So I'm sure Prince Edward's Island, because that's even more north, you know. Maybe you're having even more of a drought as you move, away from, where we are. Tim Hortons did the same thing, closed the pop-ups for well, they had a meeting. Yeah, see, we got to earn more money, right? Yeah, see, man, what do we do? Close pop-ups, right? Yeah, see, man. I'm sure that's what it sounds like. So we had a couple of new guitars show up in my email this week. Yeah, these right there, the new PRS Reclaimed. They're S2s, and they're, I think, semi-hollow, or some are hollow. Some maybe are fully hollow, or certainly, no, they're saying semi-hollow. Yeah, see, they have some like reclaimed wood from somewhere, so they have a Whole bunch of like exotic body using the reclaimed wood. There's Brian. He's a killer guitar player. You know him? Brian Ewald? Really good player. I met him in Germany. He was with PRS. And, yeah, no, he's really good. Super nice guy, too. Really good player. The humbucker, the narrow fields, phase 3, blah, blah, blah. Barossa. Ooh. Cuban mahogany. Interesting. I don't know. Whatever you say, bro. All right, that's it. Okay. Done deal, pal. That's too special. Narrow field, 1046, blah, 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 blah. Pickup stuff. Oh, yeah, okay, so it has a lot of different, wow, it's got a lot of different pickup configs depending on what you do. Here are the colors. Natural. That's a short list. Interesting guitar. That's a long list. So look at all the, got a lot of features, a lot of control features. Oh, pretty cool. There they are. Right there. So I'm trying to think, was there another guitar release this week? I don't think so. Not that I can think of. Not a guitar release. I was sort of messing around with, let me go back here, with AmpHub. You guys remember AmpHub? Let's see if I can bring... Yeah, right here. So, oh Christ. Cookie pop-ups. AmpHub. I've been checking this out a little bit more. So, I did a video on AmpHub, I think in 2021? Maybe 2022? And as a part of making that, they're a subscription. I think it's $126 a year. So a little bit more than, so what did that work out to? $10.50, if my math is correct, right? 126, that's $10.50 a year. So not too bad. If you pay annually, if you pay monthly, it's $13 a month, or $10.50 a month if you pay a year up front. And it unlocks the software. You get the amps and the pedals and stuff, but it is a subscription. All right, so you got to keep that in mind. Whereas if you spent you wouldn't get 126, but if you spent 160 with THU, there's a lot you can purchase later on. It's not a subscription like this, but you don't have any more payments, right? It's sort of one and done. But it sounds pretty good. I was going through it. We can check it out if you want. Hold on. Let me go back here. I have to go to this. Turn that off. And then... So they reached out to me because they're switching how they handle presets. And they wanted to use my presets as a part of a new system, and for that to happen, I had to log in. They're like, you haven't logged in a while. You've got to log in and like create this like account, and then all your presets will be just loaded to your account. And I said, okay. Create an avatar and all that. So it's a part of that process. Let me, where is the chat? The chat is here. Well, it's a lot of friggin' delay and reverb. Hold on. Well, you can see, hold on. And that is, and then I think to change the amp, you hit this, yeah. And there's all the amps. And again, it's subscription, so, you know, they're all unlocked. You don't have to, like, buy any more because it's a monthly subscription. You can tell the ones like Hot Watt, Black Hole, Kramer, right? Because they don't have a license to those brands. Eagle instead of Engel. Vicarious instead of Victory. Right? Eddie 5153. Another Eagle. Brit. Cali, right? Of course. Cali Dual Rect. It's not Fender, it's Phoenix. Origin. Vulture. Solstice. Sure. You know, another Cali, another Boogie. This is what I'm going through right now. The Freddy. I feel like that's a little low. And then there's stomp boxes. Right. Mostly distortions. I mean, there's some modulation in here, but this is mostly compressors, overdrives, fuzz boxes, you know. It's all the normal stuff. I mean, literally, Bad Monkey had to show up because that got thrown into the stratosphere recently. But you're going to see a lot of things that might look like, you know, Proco Rats and, you know, HM, right, heavy metal, HM2s, clones. There's a Rat. They call it Raw. Again, in some modulation, flangers, reverb, phasers. But that's more in the third section. So there's stomp boxes, amplifiers, cabinets. It's really in effects. There's 3 slots. And see, there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. So we could pick like a digital. I don't think it's that noisy, no? Then again, I don't have the best ears. I'd have to really crank my headphones up. I've been keeping my headphones pretty low in volume because I think that over time you will hurt your ears. So, what do you want to try? Pick one. Pick an amp, any amp. Origin. Bad Cat. Crater. El Diablo. I'm looking at the chat now. What do you think? Someone said, "Burn. Where is the burner?" Burner, huh? Did I miss it? Oh. Burner. The purple one. All right. Where is the gain? Still sounds like there's a little distortion going on though. Where? Those aren't working. It's this one. Is it cranking this up? All right, so that's the clean. Kind of muddy. Kind of woolly. It almost sounds like internal. Let's try another one. What do you think? What do you think? Pick an amp. Should we try this? This sounds like it would be the same. So definitely very mid-pushed, right? Not bad. Where is the... Yeah, all right, so there's the preamp. Oh my God, it goes to 11. Almost a little too much, though. But around here, it's pretty good. All right, so that's normal. Yeah, so there are some Engel amps. I think they call them Eagle. Yeah, Eagle Power 1, which I got to think is... Oh, it tells you right there, based on the Engel Powerball. The Eagle Fire 60, based on the Engel Fireball 60. Any more Eagles? Where eagles soar... That might be it. Two Engel clones? Bad cat. Yeah, I think so, because that's a PV, right? That's supposed to be like a PV. Yeah, PVJSX. I got to start reading the small ones underneath it. That's a Bogner. Oh, that's an Engel too. That's a preamp though. I'm gonna do full on amp. So I think it's down between the Eagle Fireball 60 and the Eagle Powerball V1. I don't think there's another Eagle. You know? Yeah, we'll try this one. Oh, that's clean, huh? All right, let's find our... For a clean sound, it's killer. All right, so this must be... Well, the clean volume is lit up. Can I make this a little larger for you? Okay. Is that a little easier to see? It might be. There we go. Right? That a little easier to see the... All right. I gotta be careful on that. How do I get to crunch though? Click these? No? This? What the frick? Here? No, it's just master A, master B. I could make this easier. Oh yeah, that's still going. There's the noise. Oh, I see, okay. Jesus. Okay. Huh. Yeah, it's what's killing me is that's a humbucker. Yeah, that kind of sucks. But you got to add a big gate. That's where I think the Friedman was better. So which one was that? That was the Power V1. Let's try the 60. I got that gate up. Yeah. A little bit though, huh? Even with the gain down so much. Let's bring that. Yeah, that's up there, huh? Yeah. Let me go back to, there's so many. There's so many. I did like that Friedman, though, a lot. You know, we can just try a few. Pretty dark, though, huh? Little woolly. That back. That's not that crazy noisy either. What was he? Do the bad cat? I just think that maybe just bring the main. Not bad. Yeah, not bad. You know. Don't we kind of have to? So, all right, so that's the hottest input. Okay. So 4 voices. But what is the, do they have a, oh, I see. So 4 voice. Okay. Not really a super heavy amp, huh? Because there's no master. So I can't crank, if I crank the volume up, I'm pegging the output. You know? I'll bring the output volume down. Yeah, that's better. I still think, I mean, is it me or THU? Still king of the hill. Nah, low bet. Yet to be dethroned. That's a little hot. Try the Arcan, the Archean, whatever they're called, the Archie Bunker. Where was it? Are we down? Doo-doo. We still haven't tried the Brits. This one? Certainly compressed. Listen to that. Totally compressed. How do we... There it goes. Not compress. Here in the dynamics. Yeah, there's the bright switch. Yeah, compressed hard, right? The dirty channel's compressed like a mofo. But you know, that's the sound. The PRSs tend to have a highly compressed kind of a clean, kind of a Brian May creamy. Where were those Brits? What are we going? We'll start with the 45. Just how you set the input makes a big difference on the tone. Now we'll try Plexi next. Yeah, it's so much brighter. More bass there. That's not bad. And then lastly, the 800, hold on. The JC, it's a JCM 800 button. Yes, just sensitivity. You got a preamp. the master. And I think the key is you're supposed to go here and, like, you know, add a right, add a distortion box. Right. Oh, don't forget, I am running a tone clamp right now, so. Anyway, we go back here. That is AmpHub. Hubba. We are now relaunching THU. It's going to take a second because I find THU takes a long time if it's coming off of another audio. It's waiting for the other audio to completely close out. This is delicious, though. Yes. My new amp sim, Clampy. Clamp. Clamplifier. Oh. I'm freaking... Did I unplug that? I did not. Okay, hold on. Getting all tangled up here. Oh, I gotta stretch my leg out. Yeah, tone clamp not included. That is a separate purchase. Did I hit it? I thought I did. Let's see. Come on. You can do it. Again, when it comes... Did I have the other one closed out? I think I do. It does take a little bit for it to come back, because it's like... It doesn't like... There it goes. Now you're like, whoa, that sounds... It sounds muffled sometimes. Because you're coming off that other one, which is kind of bright. It's all relative. That is my standard sound. I don't think AmpHub has a doubler. That's a good point. No doubler, no sale. I think AmpHub has some good sounds in it. And it's got a ton of presets. And I think the whole point of their new preset system is to make even more presets. To kind of go where others have gone with sort of a cloud-based thing. So it's sort of like unlimited. Just depending on what you want to download. So I think it's that's where it's headed. The main thing about versus THU comes with a whole bunch of stuff, and you could play that forever and be happy. But there's a lot of add-ons you can purchase. AmpHub doesn't work like that. There's really no add-ons to buy. It's a subscription, and whatever's a part of the subscription. And I will say this. When I first got onto AmpHub years ago, they only had about, I think, 10 amps or 12 amps. So they have added like a lot more. A lot more than when I was on there years ago. So they clearly have been keeping it going. When I was on there before, they might have had a half dozen pedals. Now I think they've got like 30 or 40. So they're, you know, they keep developing stuff for it and putting it out, because that's the only way they can really keep the subscription going, is they've got to keep, you know, adding more and more stuff. But I think adding something like that Bad Monkey is kind of clever, because it was sort of like hot news for a while. And, you know, you can come out and say, hey, you know that hot pedal everyone's talking about? It's coming in next month's subscription. You know, it's going to be released. And now all of a sudden you have, you know, the hot pedal everyone's talking about in digital form. So I get it. There is some appeal to that, without a doubt. How do you feel the Kramer, the 84 is for the money? It's an EVH 5150 for half the price with the correct headstock. Yeah, the 84 is a nice guitar. I forget now, does the 84 only have one pickup? That might be the difference, right? The 5150 has a neck pickup, or does the 84 have a neck pickup? I feel like the 84 might only have a single pickup. JHS doesn't talk about much anymore. Yeah, I think he was getting some blowback for destroying the markets on certain pedals. So like, some people were really happy. They're like, sweet, I bought that pedal for $30. I just sold it for $300. But a lot of people were like, damn it, I wanted to get one, and now they're $300. Yeah, one pickup. So the only thing, that's where I think I might like the, you know, I've discovered in myself, I miss the neck pickup when it's not there. So I think for me, I'd be more likely to find, you know, if I wasn't going to get the EVH, to find a Kramer that had two pickups. Had at least, you know, a neck pickup on it. I just know that when it's not there, I kind of miss it. Now, if you know yourself and you know you never play the neck pickup, then it shouldn't really factor in for you. But I think for me, I'd be more likely to see if there was a Kramer that had a neck pickup, if I was really looking for the, like you say, the correct headstock. Got the new EVH 5150 3rd gen today. Nice. Those 5150s are nice, nice amps. Right? You talking about the amp? You talking about the 5150 guitar? Oh, really? I didn't know that JHS was in a bike accident. Yeah, that'll slow you down. I tell you, when I was, I think I was 29. So not exactly young, but not exactly old. We went out for a bike ride, and, you know, we were going through this parking lot. I don't know what I was thinking, going through this parking lot. And, you know, there was, what do they call that? There's like an asphalt stop at the end of the, you know, the parking spot. And, you know, they put them out, they like put them out there in the friggin' parking lot. Those seem to be going away, but it was kind of a thing, so you wouldn't drive your car forward. And, you know, it's night, and the parking lot wasn't lit, and I went into one of those and went down. And I wound up going to the friggin' doctors. They're going to the walk-in clinic, and they took an x-ray. I think it was at Leahy Clinic, which it don't kid yourself, that's an enormous hospital. And they were like, yeah, it doesn't look bad. It looks okay. And then they called me like a couple days later. They're like, hey, we want you to come in. I went in. The doctor's looking at me. He goes, you know, this might be fractured. Because it's so close. It's tough to see. And he was like, tell me about it again. I said, oh, yeah, it sort of dumped off the bike. He's like, yeah, it doesn't, it doesn't take much to get hurt when you get older. Big time. DOD's coming out with a new Bad Monkey. Yeah, I think I heard about that. Yeah. See if there is an 84 HH. I thought so. I thought there was an 84 I had reviewed that had 2 humbuckers. I could have sworn there was one out there. Yeah, the 84 is available in single humbucker and dual humbuckers. The 84 has the 5150 correct dead stock, unlike the actual 5150 guitar. Yeah, right. So if it was me, I'd go with the 2 pickup version. That would be my preference. You don't realize it until you have it. I've got a bunch of guitars with single pickups, and I'm always like, oh, right, there's no neck pickup. Oh, right. Internet says he had a broken vertebrae, knee and shoulder damage, and 29 face stitches. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty serious fall. That sounds pretty crazy. Yeah, I remember Ozzy's ATV crash. He's lucky to have survived that. Right? He was probably in his 50s at the time. And that'll hurt. Eddie Monty says, I have 2 Bad Monkeys. The older one sounds much better. Interesting. You wonder if they changed suppliers on parts. It happens. Yeah, motorbikes and ATVs, not the best things to get in an accident with. No, absolutely. As you get older, you just got to be more cautious because your bones get more brittle. Your body just can't take, the crashes. When you're younger, your bones are actually more flexible. And if they break, they heal more easily. JMT Bill says, I have the Kramer, the 84, an Intruder Black Nice, single humbucker, sure. It's the Floyd Rose mount from the back of the neck. Yeah, right, you're right, sure. Beautiful guitar sitting in a gig bag. I have a bunch like that. Your balance gets worse as you age as well, sure. Yeah, that's the one thing that's sort of killing my father-in-law. It's like he's recovering from, his stint at the hospital, but his mobility is still tough. Still tough to get around. And that's tough. Had a good friend, roofer of mine, fall 26 feet on asphalt years ago. He survived. It took years to get back to work. Oh, I knew a dude. He was a roofer. He fell off a roof. He was never the same. He had permanent brain damage. He never... You could just tell he was quieter. He suffered a severe head trauma. Yeah, no, it's tough. You got to be... Roofer jobs are best left for dudes who have They're younger, and they have like a high strength to weight ratio, right? In other words, they're little dudes, but they're strong. So they're far better at getting around. Any dude. So this dude was more of a more, not a heavy guy, but a stockier build, right? And I'm sure he fell off a roof, and man, he was hurt. He never really recovered. Check out Schecter Diamond Series C1. I feel like, I feel like we might have checked out. I'm trying to think. We've had some Schecters here. What's it called? You saw that the new Extreme. Have you seen this thing? There it is, Sunset Extreme. These are made in the USA. They're like 4Gs. Right? Yeah, 4Gs. But what would you say in Diamond Series, huh? News, blah, blah, blah. Do they have a breakdown here? Okay, guitars. Is it a 6-string? Boy, they're making me work, huh? Jesus. Well, I saw a C1. Diamond Series C1? I'm not seeing Diamond Series. C1 Blackjack. C1 Exotic. C1 Apocalypse. Jesus. A lot of C1s. Hank, C1 Rob Scallon. C1 Hollywood. C1 Standard. I got a good feeling. Oh, we're already into the C6. Is it under D for diamond? Come on, big money. Big money. I feel like I'm playing a slot machine here. Not seeing a lot of diamond. You sure you got that name right? You passed it on the upper right side? Did you... Damien. Deluxe. Hollywood. Elite. Ink Bomb. Elite. Apocalypse. Classic. Banshee. Which one is it, dude? What is it? What? Sure you got that name right? Where? One of these? What's the name of it again? This is like painful, dude. You're killing me. You need me to do this? This is something you could do in the privacy of your own home? I mean, seriously. What's the name of it again? Why don't you type the full name? I feel like I'm just on a wild goose chase here. I mean, you're killing me. Come on, bro. It's one up. The one without an image. Here. Now it's 2 scrolls up. We're at the spalted maple. Is it beyond that one? Is it beyond the spalted maples? I mean, seriously, dude, what are we doing here? I mean, what the fuck are we doing? And what's the whole purpose of this? Why are we even looking for this thing? I seem to have lost my desire to continue. What is the point of this? Uh-huh. This reminds me of an email I got from a dude. We're all beyond the spalted maples. Exactly. EA class. This one? Is it this one? Is that it? It's an Epiphone, exactly. For Christ's sakes. It's painful. It's goddamn painful. Is this the guitar? Is that it? That's the one? This is it? Alright, let me take a look. Yeah, that guitar sucks. Where did you think this was going? There's only one review I could possibly give it. I hate it. This might be, and I'm not even kidding right now, the worst guitar ever made by anyone ever. Okay? Just horrible. Look at this thing. Disgusting. Now, what do you want to know about it? You son of a bitch! This guitar is dead to me. You understand me? Dead to me. You know, this guitar has been under investigation for a series of crimes. I'm not even kidding. What would you support this guitar right now? Son of a bitch. There's only one place this was going. And that is, this guitar is officially on my shit list. Ah. All right. Are we done? Can this whole painful episode come to an end? Don't ask me what I think of you. I might not give the answer that you want me to. So about that Schecter. Oh, God. Oh, it's officially on the shit list. You son of a bitch. Why? You know who I feel bad for? That guitar's family. Okay? Feel bad for its family. Oh, yeah. Okay. Listen. Here's what I got to say about this. This is all you need to know about this Schecter. Shame. 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 I feel bad for the wood. I feel bad for every part of that guitar. Shame. You are the worst guitar ever known. You have the worst tone of any guitar ever. You're ugly. I'm not gonna lie. You look a little fat. I'm just saying, you could drop a few. Shame. Shame. You son of a bitch! Dead to me! Dead! I got Donnas that are better than that. Why, God? Why? Why? Why me? Why me? Why does everything have to happen to me? Now that's going to make Guitar of the Week. Oh, you wait. Oh, it's on my list. Son of a bitch. Then I'll have it here for the following live show. Oh, you'll be crying. You'll be going, stop. It's already dead. Exactly. It'll be called the worst of the week. Schecter, I don't even know her. Schecter, I never even touched her. Exactly, unboxes it and then just smashes it. I'll pay for it, I don't even care. Worst guitar ever! Yeah, worst of the week. Two Schecters don't make a right. Okay, that's funny. Oh man, the Metal Lodge. Whoa, dude. I can always count on you streaming every Saturday. Look forward to it. Thank you, man. Very much appreciated. And we're just being silly. We still love Shammy Whammy despite his horrible taste in guitars. Exactly, that's the new series. This guitar is the worst guitar ever. Oh, but it looks good on you. I got a good guitar coming out on Monday. I shot the video today. Guitar sitting right there. We have a new guitar of the week coming out on Monday. I would say it's more of the vintage variety. I've been trying to mix it up. So last week was the Epiphone, which was definitely more vintage. This week the Kramer, definitely more modern. And then next week, definitely more on the vintagey side. We're back to vintage again. I try to whip it up. Try to, mix it up. Don't want to do. I mean, could you do two tellies in a row? I mean, I guess you could, but I screwed up. I got two PRSs one time, and I sent them back in the wrong bags. And I had to email them and go, stop, wait. I sent them in the wrong bags. They said, we'll figure it out. We'll take care of it. And they did. I said, all the stuff is in the right bags, but the wrong guitars are in the wrong bags. You got to switch the two. They were like, okay, we got it. We'll figure it out. We got it. I felt bad. And I said, I made a rule right then, don't get the same brand at the same time. Never get two of the same brand because it's very easy to put them in the wrong bag. or the wrong case or the wrong box. So I do try to mix it up. It's definitely a little bit more on the vintage side. In fact, I was playing it today. I was really enjoying it. You know, it's definitely and it's weird because the neck on it, it's one of those weird necks that, like on paper, it should be a bigger neck. Because it's sort of, like I said, it's like a vintage style guitar. But in the hand, it actually, it's just the shape of the carve. They carve it just right. I'm like, you know what? It actually doesn't feel. They're so-called like modern necks. I feel are, they're like the more modern carves. I feel are almost a little chunkier in the hand. Kind of weird. But it's good. It's good. I was having a lot of fun playing it today. I do like this guitar a lot, though. Based on, I was saying in the video Showmaster, but I was thinking of the Fender amp, not the Kramer guitar. The Kramer guitar was the Stagemaster, and actually Stagemaster comes from when they used to have aluminum necks. That name had been around for quite a while, and they brought it back at the end of the 80s. So at the end of the 70s, early 80s, with the aluminum necks, they had a Stagemaster that had a body that kind of looked like a, like a double cut Les Paul almost, and then they went to their Super Strats for pretty much most of the 80s. And at the end of the 80s, again, it kind of take on Jackson and the Soloist, and like Charvel and the Model 6. They came out with the Stagemaster, and they were pricey. They were expensive back then, without a doubt. Probably one of the most expensive guitars in the Kramer lineup in the 80s. Yeah, it's a Floyd Rose 1000 on these. What do you think of the new Line 6 Stadium XL? I like it. I've been seeing, as we get closer to release date. Of course, Guitar Summit was this weekend, and Guitar Fest. I think of the two, I'd probably love to go to Guitar Summit over in Germany, in Mannheim. Looks like it's about an hour south of, maybe an hour and 15 minutes south of Frankfurt. I think I could just fly into Frankfurt. The other thing is, and drive down, or you, quite frankly, take the train to Mannheim. The thing is that, Henning's event is at the end of August, but August is still tourist season for Europe. Kids aren't back in school yet in the States everywhere, and some people plan European vacations. So, prices are still high. When you get into September, kids go back to school, prices go down. It's cheaper to go the third week in September than it is the third week in August, for sure. So maybe next year I'll take a look. I'll see what the prices are. Maybe I'll go to Guitar Summit next year. And then the other one is Guitar Fest. That's at Sweetwater. that would certainly be cheaper, you would think. But, because it's in, Fort Wayne, right, Indiana? There's no real direct flight there. Like, I can fly directly from Boston to Frankfurt and back, no problem. But I can't fly directly to Fort Wayne. I got to go to Chicago. Or I have to go to Cleveland. Or I've got to go to, like, Cincinnati. I've got to go to they really want to send you to Chicago. So you go to Chicago, and then you transfer over to your local flight, and you fly into your local. So there is always a layover. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Chevelle DK 22 Pro Mod for the money, nice player. Yeah, around 800, yeah. I think Gary's watching the early part when we were talking about a low-cost guitar. It was 8:55, wow. Night flew by, huh? I don't even remember. What did we do tonight? Oh, right. Right. Blame it on the Schecter. Blame it on the Schecter. Yup. Nice. Do. You have a 4.5-hour layover in Atlanta in 2 weeks. Looking forward to tripping out that layover, yeah. Yeah, layovers suck. That is for sure. Have a good one, Mark. We're gonna finish up here in about 3 minutes. Oh, you think I could fly into Indianapolis, and then just drive? Is that where flying into which airport? I have been looking for ways to get to the Sweetwater. What is my closest large airport to Fort Wayne? Is it Indianapolis? Is that only? Looks like Toledo is closer. Columbus, Toledo. Yeah, see, Chicago is a friggin'. That looks like a haul. I'd be friggin' taking a flight. Yeah. I would say Toledo and Indianapolis. Yeah. Can I fly into Muncie? I don't think so. Indianapolis, I live right here. It's like 45 minutes. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad, flying to Indianapolis. Yeah. Yeah, if I can get a direct flight, that's far more likely in terms of, like, getting a direct flight would be to, like, Indy. Absolutely. It's just a busier airport, without a doubt, Yeah. Detroit is as far as Chicago to Fort Wayne. Yeah. It feels like a haul. Yeah, the closest, I mean, it's either going to be, but see, Toledo is so small, I don't think they're going to have a big enough airport. And then the others would be like Columbus, Ohio. Cleveland's a haul. That looks pretty far. You know. Yeah. No, Indianapolis. I think you're right because you can see, let's see here. Yeah, 69. Route 69. Just take 69 up to 469. Jesus. What's going on? What are you guys doing up there? 33 fly in here. I'll pick you up and take you there. There you go. Door-to-door service. Indy would be the best route. I think you might be right. Yeah. No. It's looking. The more I'm looking at it, the more I'm with you on that. I think Indy might be the way to go because I keep finding trying to find a way to get there, and it's no. I think you're right. I think Indy to Fort Wayne, just drive up. Yeah, Columbus or Indy are the two biggest hubs, right? So they'll have the lowest cost tickets because they have more regularly run seats available. So they've got they've got to discount them. No major roads from Toledo anyway, right? I hear you, right? Right. So that's where Indy will be better because it's going to have an interstate like connecting it. Fly right up, 2-3 lanes. Ask them if they have a Schecter Diamond Series. That's on my to-do list. I'm sure the flight is cheaper as well. Yeah, it probably is. Yeah, absolutely. All right, dudes, it's 9:01. It is time to wrap it up. Thanks to everybody for hanging out. Super extra thanks for contributions. I really appreciate that. And that's always appreciated. And, of course, Brofist to my Mod Squad. Hashtag Brofist, hashtag Mod Squad, hashtag Ben Coombs at Christmas. And we will see you all in a week. Hey, you guys have a wonderful week. Check out Monday's video. And then we'll do it all again in a week. And we'll find more guitars to look at. So much fun. All right. Now, have a great week. I'll see you next week. And there you go. All right. Later.